unit is costing you $127 a day. That's not an exaggeration. That's the cold, hard math of California's rental market. Most landlords, especially independent ones, leave 18 to 26 days of vacancy on the table every single peak leasing season. It's not because they can't find tenants. It's because their listing timing, pricing ladder, and showing process bleed days silently, relentlessly. In the next 12 minutes, I will show you the exact vacancy clock math and the 3 operational fixes that will compress your fill time before July rents reset. You are losing money right now, and I'm going to show you precisely where and how to stop it. Every single day your rental unit sits empty, it's a direct, unrecoverable loss. Let's make this tangible. The median rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in California currently hovers around $2,540 per month. Divide that by 30 days, and you get approximately $84.67 per day. But that's just the rent. You still have property taxes, insurance, and likely a mortgage payment. Factor in those non-negotiable costs, and your daily bleed rate often jumps to $100, $110, even $127, depending on your market and property specifics. For a property in, say, San Jose, where the median 1-bedroom rent is closer to $2,800, your daily loss is easily $93 just in rent, pushing your total daily cost well over $130. Now here's where it gets interesting. If your unit sits vacant for just 15 days, that's $1,270 to $1,905 of pure, unrecoverable revenue gone. That's not a hypothetical. That's your money evaporating. This isn't abstract, it's the financial reality you face every time a tenant moves out. You need to calculate your specific daily vacancy cost for every single unit you own. Don't guess. Pull out your calculator. Add your monthly mortgage, taxes, and insurance to your desired rent. Then divide by 30. That number is your enemy. Recognize it. Most self-managing landlords fall into a predictable trap, the 8-day listing delay. Your tenant moves out. You wait a day or two to inspect. You wait for cleaners, then handymen. You wait for professional photos. You wait another day to upload the listing. By the time it's live on Zillow, Apartments.com, or your local MLS, a week has passed. You've just burned $595 to $889 before a single potential tenant has even seen your ad. But wait, there's a catch. This isn't just about the lost rent for those 8 days. Listing on day 1 of vacancy rather than day 8 doesn't just recover that week's rent. It places you in Zillow's and Apartments.com's newest listings sort during peak traffic. These platforms prioritize fresh listings. In a high-demand peak leasing season, being at the top of that initial search dramatically increases visibility. Data shows that listings appearing in the first 24 to 48 hours of peak demand can cut total days on market by 30% to 40% without any price reduction. You are not just losing 8 days of rent. You are losing prime positioning that could have shaved another 7 to 10 days off your total vacancy. That's a minimum of 15 days of rent lost, or $1,270 to $1,905, simply by being slow. This is a crucial step to reduce rental vacancy California landlords face. The solution to the listing delay trap is parallel processing. This means treating listing, pricing, and showing as simultaneous, not sequential steps. You do not wait for the unit to be empty to start. You initiate the process while the current tenant is still there. Here's how. As soon as you receive notice to vacate, schedule professional photos for the final week of your tenant's occupancy. It is legal and ethical to take photos with the tenant's belongings present provided you respect their privacy and only focus on the unit's features. Simultaneously draft your listing description, set your target price, and prepare your online advertisements. Your goal is to have the listing ready to go live the moment the unit is legally vacant and clean. Schedule your first showing block for day 1 of vacancy. Yes, the day the tenant moves out. You can legally show a property with 24 hours written notice in California, even if the tenant is still there for the purpose of re-renting. This parallel approach, photos, listing, and showing schedule all happening before the unit is empty, is the single highest ROI operational change a self-managing landlord can make. It compresses your timeline dramatically, ensuring you hit the market immediately, precisely when demand is highest. This is how fast to fill rental unit peak season. Your pricing strategy during peak season must be dynamic, not static. Don't set a price and pray. Implement a pricing ladder. Your initial price should be competitive, perhaps at the higher end of market comps if your unit is well appointed and demand is strong. but you must have a clear, predetermined plan for adjustments. The pricing ladder rule is this: hold your initial price for exactly 7 days of zero qualified applications. Not just inquiries, but actual applications from tenants who meet your screening criteria. If, after 7 days, you have no qualified applications, it's time for the first step down the ladder. Drop your price by 3% to 5%. For a $2,540 unit, that's a $76 to $127 reduction. This signals to the market that you're serious, without reeking of desperation. Never drop your price by 10% or more in one go. That massive drop signals desperation, attracts lower quality applicants, and makes prospective tenants question what's wrong with the unit. A 3 to 5% reduction is enough to re-engage the algorithm and capture a new set of eyes in a tight California screening environment. If another 7 days pass with no qualified applications, repeat the 3 to 5% reduction. This methodical approach minimizes your losses while keeping you competitive. This rental pricing ladder strategy prevents panic and ensures calculated decisions. To execute these strategies, you need a pre-planned 72-hour checklist that kicks in the moment you receive a notice to vacate. This is your blueprint to fill units in peak season. First, within 24 hours of notice, schedule your professional photography for the last 3 to 5 days of the current tenant's occupancy. Use a photographer who understands how to shoot around personal items respectfully. Simultaneously, draft your full Zillow listing strategy landlord description. Include high-quality, compelling language and all necessary details. Second, within 48 hours, research your current market comps meticulously. Set your initial target rent, but also define your pricing ladder adjustment points. Know your 3% and 5% reduction numbers in advance. Prepare your showing schedule template for the first 5 days of vacancy. Even if it's just 30-minute blocks, have it ready. Third, within 72 hours, have your listing completely drafted, photos ready, and your showing schedule prepared. Your goal is to hit publish on your listing the absolute second the unit is legally vacant and clean. This means your cleaning crew and handyman are scheduled for the day the tenant moves out, or even the evening before if possible. You are aiming for a day one listing and day one showings. This proactive approach will save you thousands and dramatically reduce rental vacancy California landlords often struggle with. Key takeaways: your vacant unit is costing you $84 to $127 every single day in California. Calculate your specific number to make this urgent. Listing on day 1 of vacancy, not day 8, doesn't just recover a week's rent, it leverages Zillow's newest listings algorithm to cut your total days on market by 30 to 40%. Implement parallel processing. Professional photos, drafted listing, and scheduled showings all happen before the unit is empty. Finally, use a pricing ladder. Hold your price for 7 days of zero qualified applications, then drop 3 to 5%, never 10% in one go. This structured approach is your best defense against revenue loss, powered by LeaseBase intelligence.